we've got an AI panel coming up, and we got some characters. Let me tell you, we have Jimmy Spears, we got Raj, we got Bill Brower. I call him Wild Bill, for lack of a better word. Right? We've got some AI powerhouses with us today. So welcome in, gentlemen.
The robots are coming. Somebody said, when is the robot part of the show? This is it. And I don't know if these are real people or not.
Right? We can't tell anymore. These are what we call deep fakes, right?
So this is a very popular part of our summit today, and welcome everybody. What I want to know is, what are some of the results on the claims experience that you've seen from AI in the last year? And we'll take a volunteer, or we can just start picking on people, Ryan.
Yeah. Well, let's start with, on the left-hand side of my screen is Jimmy. So let's start with you, Jimmy.
Jimmy Spears. Hey, bud.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having Tractable on the show today. I tell you, we have seen one major, Canada, has a reduction in cycle time by 4 days. And they are doing a lot of work for one major insurer. And they started to use our AI to shift everything left for this major insurer. Once they get the job, they're able to get the images. They understand what parts may be in jeopardy, what's being able to, what operations are needed. But they have, so far, they've been able to reduce cycle time by 4 days. And that is, and this is across all the claims. And they primarily handle most of the claims for this insurer.
So Jimmy, just to be clear, we're talking claim cycle time, not body shop cycle time, correct?
That's right. Yeah. Well, it was a claims question.
Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right.
Claims answer. Yeah.
So let me. Yeah, I just want to make sure we are clear on that. But let's drill down. What is the average cycle time for a claim cycle right now? When you say 4 days, just to give us some context, what is it? What is a normal claim cycle for these folks?
Yeah, you're looking at anywhere between 15 to 12 days. So we're seeing a reduction of 4 days on that.
So that's a big percentage, yeah, overall.
That is, and especially as Dave mentioned earlier, just the guests before us, insurance rental is often under review. So this really puts that out of mind. And again, the insurer took great note that the fact that their cycle time, their measurable cycle time by a third party, this is an internal tractable measurement. This is by a third party.
Wow, very cool. And so as we jump over to maybe Bill, if you'd be so kind as to share some of the things that you're seeing from your side of it.
Hey, Bill, welcome.
Absolutely, and thanks for the opportunity to join you guys, Dave, Ryan, and Solera. We're pleased to be a part of the show today. So yes, to Jimmy's point, yes, cycle time, you're talking about maybe 12, 14 days from the time the car comes in till it goes out. But there's also a cycle time that I am always concerned about, particularly on the body shop side, of how long it takes just to get the customer in the, in the schedule and ready to begin the repair. And so, and many of you probably know, I've been in the business a long time. I actually started in the body shop business with my dad, owned a shop. And the thing that I notice is the folks that haven't really adopted AI, the process for getting a claim set up, a new repair set up, is no different than it was back in the day when I was in the body shop, 35 plus 40 years ago. And that is that what tends to happen is the customer goes into the body shop to get an estimate. Maybe it's a DRP or maybe it's not, but they go in to get an estimate. Someone comes out, technician takes pictures, takes some notes, and says, "Hey, Bill, let me get back with you tomorrow with an estimate." And so then they go about their business, and they might see 15 more cars before they later, maybe the shop closes and they pull up Bill's claim and they're writing an estimate. So they've forgotten a lot. It's how good were the notes, right? So what we've done, we have a capture solution, and it's actually one of our early adopters is in. We're talking about someone in Canada earlier. Was in Canada with Sebastian Torres, who's a franchise owner of a number of CarStar shops. And what he has done is he's just remodeled the whole process. So now what happens? A customer walks into one of his shops. He doesn't actually have to have the technician go out. He can have one of the quality, you know, one of the customer service people, maybe not really a technician, might be an administrative person or someone who's just really good at greeting customers. That person walks out to the car, takes the pictures using the, you know, the AI tools that are available that we provide today. And then the technician, the person who's the expert estimate, they're sitting in the back of the shop. They get the estimate, the picture. They go ahead and complete the estimate. They don't have to get out of their chair. If they do have a question, they could walk out and look at the car, but they really don't have to get out of the chair. So then what happens? Here's the difference. Bill goes into the body shop in the traditional way. Bill goes in, but he leaves. He doesn't have an estimate. He sees 3 stops on the way back home. He might stop and get another estimate, right? Or another inspection. But with what we're doing with this AI is when Bill goes in the shop, he leaves with an estimate. All right. So what happens is because this admin person walks around, gathers the information, AI writes the estimate. Within about 10 minutes, the estimate's completed. You know, a skilled estimators critiqued it to make sure it's correct, and the customer has it, and they're ready to sign up for the repair. So that's really been a game changer. Sebastian has told us that it's dramatically increased his profitability because he's not playing a lot of phone tag and, you know, chasing people to try to get them scheduled. They're leaving with the estimate. They know what's going to happen. They get scheduled. So to Jimmy's point, yeah, 12 days maybe once the car comes in, but a lot of times it might take a week or more just back and forth, just getting the customer to, you know, decide they want to have you do the repair. So I think that's really key as well.
That's interesting. Raj, you get to see a lot of stuff from around the globe as well. What are you seeing out there around claims experience and how AI is starting to impact that?
Yep. So Ryan, thank you so much for inviting me and Claim Genius on the show, first of all. As you rightly said, I see a very positive change in 2024 as compared to 2023. And I'm talking on the global scale.
Mhm.
The most important aspect of this change is the mindset change. Because at the beginning years, till say 2022, 2021, everybody was very skeptic about the AI's accuracy, right? And that's where the hesitation for the adoption was. And that's, I mean, even today, North American regions are quite slow in adopting the technology. But some of the expectations, the early results of the AI that has shown not only to the insurance claims, but even the garages, they are now expecting more and more, right? So basically they are looking for the rationals, like, hey, how much my labor time should be for certain parts to be replaced or remove and reinstall. What would be my, paint time, labor times, material cost, and all those things. So, with that mindset change in a positive way, and the AI has advanced. For example, Claim Genius right now is working with some of the diagnostic companies like Repairify and others, which is actually, enhancing the overall kind of a claims estimate from the pictures and the video, and at the same time, it is actually reasoning. Right. So, I'll take you one step forward. Now, actually, the insurance industry as well as the repair industry, they are actually looking for a reasoning for behind every single labor action that we are taking or assessment that the AI is giving, right? Why certain part needs to be replaced versus repair? What is the kind of damages that it has? How deep, how big, and all those kind of things. And as a next wave, as we know, the way that we started, all of us started 5-6 years back, is more of a computer vision, machine learnings, and AI. That is kind of now we are calling that as a legacy AI, where the new breakthroughs are coming. For example, you might have heard about DeepSeek right now, right?
Yeah.
The way generative AI is. So, I mean, Claim Genius is one of the leaders getting this generative AI in place, actually giving the reasonings behind all of these assessment and estimation. That gives more confidence not only to the insurance industry, but as well as the garage. So when a car comes in and you take the pictures or the video and we generate this full-fledged estimate along with the repair procedures, the guy doesn't have to even get out of the seat, as Bill was saying. He can complete that estimate. Again, it depends on the severity of the accident, but they can get this estimate done within 10-15 minutes. The car comes in, and the time that I have seen in some of the geographies, we are able to reduce the time by 80%, the cycle time. The loss ratios for the insurance companies, we have seen that we have reduced it by 57%, to be precise. So I think with the changing technology and the changing mindset, the AI is getting more and more adaptive, and you can see big change, shift in 2025, towards the end of 2025, early 2026. Pretty much 70% of the claims should go through a straight through processing. So that is how I am seeing the claims industry changing and how AI is basically making the impact.
Wow. Yeah. Incredible. So, I mean, you tapped on straight through processing. It's kind of amazing. Maybe maybe we'll jump back to Jimmy. Can you maybe explain a little bit about, and we'll kind of go through and just kind of tap on straight through processing here. This is kind of becoming the buzz in the insurance world. I'm not sure the body shops have heard a lot about it. Can we kind of unpack a little bit about what it is as a group and what to expect from the shops?
Yeah, absolutely. When you see straight through processing, probably one of the best examples is a single car, single collision, no injuries, drivable car. Probably the best situation we can have. And I'll tell you, Tractable does this. Right now, we can have a customer report a claim to a carrier. The carrier, first of all, make sure that they're okay, you're in a safe position. They go, yeah. Well, at that point, the carrier sends them a text. So they've reported and they're on the phone, and the text comes to the phone. So I believe all three of us, we don't have any app that you have to download. It's a very nice experience. And then you're able to take the phone from your ear, take 4 pictures of the car, 2 up close. It goes back up, and really straight through processing is another way to say, what decisions can we make right away that are very accurate and very service oriented. So when we start to take a look at, speed, accuracy, and service, we want to wrap everything around, we have it. We make a decision, is the car repairable or total loss? If it's repairable, we can write an appraisal just as good as a person can from what they can see on the outside. We don't, pretend we have x-ray vision, because we don't. But we can write a damage assessment. At that time, the customer, through an ACH, can be paid. Then all they have to do is take that appraisal that was generated, go to the shop, they have it in hand, and then that's where, if there's a supplement for anything that you don't see, they can get it done. But that's probably a good example of straight through processing that's being done right now. It's not vaporware, it's being done right now around the globe.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize that, and that happens like really quickly, right? Like this is like that
Yeah.
that basically from filing a claim to ACH money in the bank, that can happen. And what's a time frame that could happen in if everything goes well?
Oh, you can be done in about 15 minutes. And I'll tell you, Bill and I, we worked together at Nationwide. And Bill is really a pioneer of STP, in my opinion. When he had another job, he really pushed that. And then, of course, Raj has taken that again. I think all three of us done a very good job with STP